Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus the Sage. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we have another pick a card for you, my beautiful collective, and you're actually going to pick a section or area of your life that you'd like to dive into. And today's reading is what's worrying you. So for our pile 1 or our selection 1, this is going to be if love energies or romantic love or your love life is what's worrying you, you'd pick pile 1. Pile 2 is just a general, if it's just an overall energy of worry, or you just want an overall scope of what aspects might be focused on when it comes to your worry. And for pile 3, it's about finances, money, career, etc. So love, general, finances, money, and career. If any of those 3 areas are a concern of worry, please feel free to choose the appropriate pile. Okay, my collective, I'll see you at your choice. Welcome, my beautiful pile 1 who chose the love sector. We are going to spread out your cards, my beauties. Let's put your 1 over here and get into your reading. Okay, my beautiful collective, for the first row, the planet signs and houses, it's the deck is called Karma Cards, and it's to be read in sentences. There's a blue and a red side. The blue is the emotional, and the red is the action side. So we'll respectively read the energies as such. And then I've selected a specific set of cards from the Astro Codes deck, like lunar nodes, aspects, challenging and supportive, cardinal nodes, etc. Stuff like that. And some asteroids is the only extras that I've added in here. Then we have the Mystic Martians Oracle to look into how the energies are playing out and how you're responding to the energies being played out. Some angel guidance for you, some divine masculine and divine feminine energy for your overall reminder moving forward. So let's get into these first set of cards. Okay, beauties. It says planet Jupiter, sign in Pisces, in the 4th house. So, it says, the granting of spirituality to ultimately experience what makes you feel secure. That is on the spiritual level. There's a spiritual, mental, and a physical elements to each energy. So again, the spiritually speaking, the granting of spirituality to ultimately experience what makes you feel secure. On the mental, blessings from trusting your psychic knowledge of support. And the physical, good fortune resulting from the indecision of or about your home base or family. So what I'm getting here as a collective message, depending on what type of love energies you are reading for, whether it be familial, platonic, or romantic love, there is this opening in your intuition, into your spirituality, into your deep knowing of what generally or what ultimately will make you feel the most secure, supported, safe, moving into those type of energies or dynamics. And you're getting or you're learning or have been trusting your own psychic intuition, your own intuitive promptings, and leading you in the direction of where you want that to, or how you want that to develop. And then good fortune, obviously, there feels like there has been something learned, with this good fortune resulting from the indecision of or about your home base or family. It feels like you are, again, learning to trust yourself more and understanding what that safety or secure feeling feels like within you. And I'm having a feeling that something in your familial home life You are breaking that particular pattern or belief or system, is what they just said, when it comes to your approach to love and on all facets of the word. I'm also getting like it's a smart decision for you to sort of find your own path to love. The heaviest energy, or the most that I'm feeling from this emotional side of the love energy, is to what's worrying you. It's you solidifying, or you finalizing or confirming within yourself how you want to be loved, how you want to love, breaking your own taught patterns of how to give and receive love. From the examples given in your home base or growing up, you're ultimately tweaking what has kept you moving in circles when it comes to your love life. There's a season and a timing at play when it comes to the cyclical nature of how romantic love flows in and out of your life. If you are referencing family, it has to do with rewinding the clock back to re-examine where the holes in the tire are. If we're talking about platonic love, Spirit is asking you to separate your entanglements and to develop better boundaries when it comes to information, activities, and energy spent. If you're talking about specifically parental love, you have to step back and allow your children to shine in the way that is authentic to them. That was very specific downloads for each section. I hope that resonated for some. Okay, let's go into the action side. Learn or teach your dreams as you did in the past. Yeah, exactly. There's something about getting back to your true innocence when it comes to love, and that's on the spiritual plane. The mental, be positive about your idolization of your home base or your family. I feel Spirit is asking you just to take the lessons learned from the dynamic that wasn't working, from, again, breaking your own patterns, breaking the patterns of tradition or cycles or systems. Grow and expand, be a part of something overwhelming, and do what makes you feel secure. Yeah, grow and expand, something overwhelming and big. Go after what it is that will truly make you feel secure, which we've really brushed on a lot when it comes to the emotional side, but the action side is just feels like it's confirming and reiterating that energy. Okay, let's see what the astral codes have to add. What other aspects are affecting the energies being played out now? So we have Pallas Athena with think. Ascendant with entrance. And Vesta with hearth, speaking about home, hey? So for Pallas Athena, when it comes to think, this energy is talking about stepping into your power, stepping into that room and being able to handle anything and being able to eloquently speak about it too. You're ready to take on this challenge full-hearted and completely, and you have just the right way to communicate what it is that you're wanting to take power over. It's going to help you navigate your energy, your new sense of power, or your newfound confidence. It can help you to develop like real skills, like your craft, articulation, tech, any stuff like that. There's a beautiful ability to rationalize, and you may over-rationalize, so try not to get too caught up in overthinking. With this ascendant, this entrance, about how you see the world, right? How do you see the world? They want you to look at that, especially when it comes to your home base, because this is where we're first learning how to everything, you know, is from that home base where we start. They want you to take a look at your assumptions and your presumptions and which filters you experience reality from. They really want you to look at how your privilege, trauma, or certain attributes of your history can distort the reality in the moment. So maybe that's the reason why Spirit is bringing to your attention. There's something that you need to break free from or move away from and redevelop on your own, is the energy that I'm getting. They're saying to make up your own mind when it comes to love and not to be overly swayed by the opinions of others. This here, it talks about evaluating yourself in your life. And if we're talking about this hearth, home, familial traditions, etc., it's not a situation where you need to take sides. It's just coming back to the center, to like the core values, the flame of your own hearth, instead of the personalities involved. Again, looking at the bigger picture, right? And remembering what matters. And it's asking you to reclaim your own personal temple. And they want you to share yourself rather than sacrifice yourself. Your hard work, your effort is what's holding the situation together as it is. And you might be taken advantage of or ignored if you do not know your worth. And that may have been what has played out and why you're learning this. So hence why they're saying find that temple within, the place of quiet safety, the temple that's within yourself always. That's beautiful. Okay, so now let's go into our mystic Martians and figure out how it's playing out and how you're responding to these energies. Sirians A in reverse, artistic integrity and honesty. Well, obviously that's not happening, very honest, if that's what you're feeling, right? So in the reverse, the Sirians A represents disloyalty, repressed emotions, non-committal, concealing information, commitment phobic, aloof, and indifferent. That feels like how the energies have been playing out, and you've been trying to navigate, again, break this wheel, change this wheel, fix the holes in the tire. And how have you been responding to these energies? Mantis beings, enigma, elusive, and sensitive. That's pretty fitting. The mantis beings are, as they said already, enigma, elusive, and sensitive, but they stand for like an altered state of consciousness, higher vibration, movement, dance, open-mindedness, celebration, ceremony, foresight, an overseer, an observer, a matriarchal figure, manager. This is how you've been playing it. You've been, trying to stay a little bit elusive, have a little bit of enigmatic quality about you, and extremely sensitive as we're talking about this, the granting of spirituality to ultimately experience what makes you feel secure. This is what that opening is here, and how you're learning to combat these energies of the Sirians A in the reversal energy, that disloyalty, that lack of commitment, etc. You're really trying to figure out how to better, again, warm your own hearth. Interesting. Okay, well then, let's see what energies can help aid in really combating or addressing or removing this particular cycle from your situation. So we have number 57, subtly penetrating, creating small success, fruitful to have a direction to go, fruitful to see a great person. Subtly penetrating means becoming part of something or someone, feeling your way into things, yielding gently to their nature. Such influences does not bring sudden transformations. It creates small success. Have a clear vision of the great person in reality or in your mind's eye, as a model of the larger possibilities implied. How can you get to know this from the inside? What is taking shape? right? That is, again, all of this, right? How are you trying to subtly yield with another? You know, it's trying to find that balance, which is what we're talking about, that sensitivity, trying to alchemize this negativity, or the negativity that's been around, or the incompatibility, I should say, that has been more present in your life as of late. Number 17, following. From the source, creating success, constancy bears fruit, no mistake. Honor the flow of energy from source to fulfillment and align your actions to it, allowing your ideal outcome to meld with the natural current. Following may then be an effortless flow of supportive synchronicities. Moving with the creative process is never a mistake. How are things flowing and how can you move with them? Speak about movement, dance, flowing, creativity, meaning finding a creative way to move in these energies. What are you being nudged? Where are you being nudged and guided? And that's a little bit of a way. It's like to step away, to really own and choose for yourself is really what I'm getting. Wow. Blocked. Blocking it, non-people, noble one's constancy bears fruit, great goes, small comes. Nothing moves or grows. Communication doesn't happen. Everything is negated and blocked. Perhaps others sabotage progress with a negative influence or no empathy. Even your brilliant ideas and best efforts come to nothing. Instead, focus on the smaller details of your immediate reality. What work can you do when nothing is working? Who are you when no one is noticing? And there's two energies I'm getting from that blocked energy, my beauties. I'm getting like the blocked energy over here when it comes to how this has been playing out in your love life or love energies in general. And it's felt blocked, and you're trying to, again, sensitively feel your way around what the heck is going on. And then second, what has been blocked is, or what needs to be blocked to a degree or a sense, like I said, separating yourself from that family structure or system of how you perceive love or give love or etc. Something along those lines, but it has to do with your home base. Initially, anyways. Okay, let us see what guidance the angels want you to keep in mind while moving forward. The situation will improve. Great. And recovery. Yeah, absolutely. Recovery is definitely needed on both ends. Recovery in the family or the home base, recovery in the heart, recovery from these situations that are playing out where you're uber sensitive to these, let's say, lower vibrational responses or reactions from people. You also need to recover from the, like they said, the trauma, the privilege, the whatever the case is when it comes to this home base. And this is sort of where the root of the love worry is coming from. It is coming from literally the essence of the seed of where love started in your life. Or when you noticed or developed that kind of awareness. Okay. So let us leave these for the last, and we'll look at the divine feminine and masculine energies moving forward to help you out. I forgive myself for taking on another's emotional reactions as my own. This is the female energy. I choose to believe that allowing others to take ownership of their emotional experiences empowers them to heed the loving message present within that emotion. That is perfect. For taking on another's emotions, reactions as my own. Maybe this is the reason why you have to be how you have to learn how to, strengthen this spirituality, this sensitivity, so you are not taking on another's reactions as your own, which is the serious A in the reverse. Once you allow others to take ownership of their own emotional experiences, which is you stepping away, not thinking that it's all you're doing or your fault or your responsibility. It's not always up to you, or only up to you, I should say. Sometimes you do need to step back to look at it, to be able to recover, to see the situation for it to improve. Your masculine energies. I forgive myself for resisting and attempting to redirect my life's natural unfolding. And that might have been the resistance of this, or maybe it's just before you recognized where maybe some of the root issue was coming from, or at least stemming from. I choose to believe that life eternally guides me towards my deepest desires on an expansive timeline that supports the realization of my highest potential. Absolutely. It's guiding you towards exactly where you want to go, which is to find that beautiful, connected, reciprocity type of, reciprocal type of love. Lovely. And to close it off, these are going to be things to think of. Spirit has your back. Extra little bits for you moving forward. I hope this reading was helpful. First one. Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. Absolutely, I feel this goes with this energy, with the cycles here, the family, the circle, the process of happening, the process of what is happening, so be patient. In general, when we're talking about love life, the reason some people have walked away from you with no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you to the next step. You have already served their purpose. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving. Greater is coming. Absolutely, everything we've been talking about. How perfectly fitting is that? And your last one, if you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers or words, it is a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen. Amazing. So my pal ones who were worried about your love life in general, or love sector of your life, this is what has showed up for you, It feels like family, home base, the beginning stages of love and understanding love, reciprocity, sensing and feeling out your surroundings for better understanding of yourself and how you want to love and how you want to be loved. Oh, my beautiful collective of Pal 1, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you the most. Please leave a like if it was. Till next time, ciao. Welcome, my Pal 2, who chose the general selection, or the general pile when it comes to your worry. We're going to spread out your cards, and then we will get into your reading. Okay, my beauties of Pile 2, we are starting off with the karma cards over here, and they're supposed to be read in a sentence. They have a blue and a red side. One is for the emotional, one is for the action side. Then we're going into the astro cards. I only selected a certain group of cards, like the quality, solar activity, lunar nodes, like cardinal points, aspects, positive and negative, and some asteroids. Then we'll look into the Mystic Martians deck when it comes to, for the energies on how they're playing out or being presented to you and how you're responding to those energies when it comes to the worry in general. Then the angel cards will give us some guidance moving forward. This will be things to think about within the energies that are involved, and then we'll get some further guidance as we continue. So let's start it off. We have Mercury in Leo, in the 12th house. So there is a spiritual, a mental, and a physical plane on both, and for both energies, the emotional and the action. So the spiritual says the awareness of self-confidence to create your faith. The mental says many thoughts about or from taking a chance on hidden tendencies. And the physical, many words resulting from the impressiveness of large institutions or overwhelming events. So what I'm getting here is mainly the awareness of you, your self-confidence, which is creating this energy, this force behind what's happening in your life. I feel like the worry comes from the mental, many thoughts about or from taking a chance on hidden tendencies. You know, the spirit wanting you to take that chance on yourself is what I'm hearing. Of believing in yourself wholeheartedly without hesitation. So what are these hidden tendencies that you might be fearful that may not be accepted, understood? Some things that you're self-critical about that you don't need to be. And you may have been swayed away from your full actualization of your own power because of rejections or naysayers from your past or misunderstandings in communication or actions. There really is a want for you to really trust in how you feel or how you felt in a particular event or situation that has created this worry. It feels like either you are trying to be communicative and truly authentic and transparent and speaking from emotional depth, and it may have been taken, you might have been gaslit for that emotion, in other words. Like, oh, you're overreacting, you're being too sensitive, you're overthinking about it, you're being overly dramatic. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting from the external. And you having now to step into that awareness of your own self-confidence to create that faith in yourself, to diminish that worry for yourself. Let's see what the action has to add. It says, communicate leadership, seeking oneness with all there is, communicating as clearly as you can for the desired outcome. Analyze the creativeness of philanthropy. They're saying there's a way that you can give more effectively without completely depleting your own life force. They specifically said chi. Let your mind tell you how to do what you want to and keep your involvement hidden. This is a reason why they want you to be quiet. Oh, so, okay, get it. So the awareness of your self-confidence to create your faith is to, again, that philanthropy, that silent donator. You know, the person who does a lot of work but is sort of not necessarily seen. It's sort of like that energy from the Dreams of Gaia, that Senshal. You know, like the keeper of a whole bunch of wisdom and a trusted advisor and all of that, but you kind of are in the background doing all the hard work, and somebody else is kind of the face of the power, so to speak. There's something about keeping your energy protected is the reason why they want you to keep your involvement hidden. So what seems to be worrying you, it's really about clear communication about something that is of not necessarily that everybody has been privy to when it comes to your skill, abilities, or vocation for that matter. It's also about seeking a deeper way or a deeper understanding of being able to communicate better, to reach better, to lead better, to present better. And your main goal is to create unity, harmony. And it feels like partially the large institutions or overwhelming events are what's leading you to this hidden involvement. It's like because of this, oh, I know I can't do it the way I did before or in the way that I wanted to do it, because it's almost like people putting in words or dialogue where they don't fit. For example, like, oh, this person's only donating so they can get a tax break. It's that sort of like vilifying, the good in somebody's actions, you know? Like that's sort of the feeling that I'm getting. And you're like, I don't want my actions to be misunderstood, misskewed, miscommunicated. I need it to be for the benefit, again, of oneness, seeking oneness with all there is. Okay, let's see what the astro codes have to add when it comes to these energies that are already playing out for you. We have solar flares, activate, absolutely. Conjunction, alliance. and descendant invitation. With the solar flares, as they're saying, changes in the air. It's sparky, it's revolutionary, and it's activating, of course. It's sending you an extra boost or the extra voltage being infused in this particular area of your life when it comes to communicating your leadership, right? And the alliances, trying to find, again, that seeking oneness with all there is, that beautiful harmony as we talked about as in your main goal. And it's like, look to how you, again, speak, how you invite others to come in with you. Do you give your power away instead of working together? Invite relationships that are clear, healing, nurturing, self-responsible, encouraging of mutual evolution. So that's, again, same thing, seeking oneness with all there is. That's exactly what that invitation is. And that leadership, that creativeness, and that alliance, and that conjunction for everything, or for this energy. And then the activation of your word, of your mind, of your awareness, you know, in what is happening. And this does feel like a heavy, like, leadership communication role, and it has a heavier emphasis on work relations, but it can be anything, obviously, because this is a general area, so you can apply this however it sits for you, my beautiful pal, too. And it's also saying, once you feel more comfortable and you ground in the rules for the people you bring in your life, it's easier to open up, it's easier to communicate, it's easier to lead, it's easier to be understood. Okay, let's see how these energies are playing out, and let's see how you're responding to these energies. Oh, wow. Anunnaki. Controlling drama, conflict of interest. Abso-friggin-lutely. So the Anunnaki are, if you're unfamiliar with them, they have a lot of drama, let's put it that way, a lot of duality, controlling, wanting always to be right. It also references like sibling rivalry, conflict of interest, black and white thinking, separation, disagreements, misogyny even, enemies, polarized, even team sports. You can have all of that's encompassed in here. So it feels like your environment is very controlling, very drama oriented, so many conflict of interest, not listening, again, that black and white thinking, that is what that really feels like to me, and very controlling. And how you're responding to it. Oh, yeah. Agarthans. Manifesting multidimensional perception, attunement. Oh, that's beautiful. Exactly, multidimensional perception. And that's what this all is, learning the awareness of self-confidence to create your faith, which is the synchronicities, the nutrition, abundance, its core issues, it's manifesting, as we said, ascended consciousness, healthy living, a strong ethereal light, attuned to the emotional body, and living in your truth. You know, that's how you're responding now. You're like, I am not going to play into this Anunnaki energy. I'm definitely going to be stepping into that multidimensional perception, creative imagination, and attunement with self. You know, it's a beautiful response to the conflict that arises within your situations, and I feel that you are doing it beautifully. It's not easy, it's not a smooth sail, but you are handling those waters like a G. Okay, let's see what the angels have to add. Get more information, fair enough. And no. Interesting. You know what I'm hearing? It's like the information that you do get, or when you do get it, or as this awareness comes into full reality, you're like, nope, don't want any of this. Nope. Setting boundaries, clear definition of what you accept and what you will not accept. Again, true attunement, true alignment within self, knowing when to say no. You know, it's not, there's no conflict here of interest. It's like, I know what's good for, again, the whole of what I'm trying to create, which is within this harmony, this manifesting of this beautiful utopian type of energy. No more in this conflict. This is why this get information is understanding possibly the conflict. Once you understand what this conflict is, you're like, oh, hells no. This is not what we're doing. I'm inviting better people in, aligning with better people, activating with better people. Love that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see how to help with these energies moving forward, and what to consider thinking about. First one out is seeking union. Good fortune at the origin of oracle consultation. From the source, ever-flowing constancy, no mistake. Not a rest, coming on all sides. For the latecomer, pitfall. You are searching for connection and belonging, creating a new world out of relationships, following energy flowing from source. You can make the right choices while using self-examination to avoid mistakes. Beware of increased demands made of you. Adding stress. Try not to procrastinate and miss the connection. Where do you belong? Is this a good fit? Do you choose to join? Again, proper invitations, right? Conjunction and alliances with better suited energies. Yeah. 6, arguing. There is truth and confidence blocked. Vigilant and centered. Good fortune ending pitfall. Fruitful to see great people, fruitful to cross the great river. Things are not as they should be, so you argue for what you need, sustenance to be believed, or for justice. But in defiant frustration, the creative flow is blocked. Open your heart to the potential for change and a higher perspective. Consult with someone wiser or outside of the conflict. What are you arguing for? If you can't win this one, what else can you do? Right? Again, that's do what you can. What did they say? Hidden, right? Keep your involvement hidden. And then small taming. That's perfect. Creating success. Dense clouds without rain come from our Western altars. A time of restraint brings great hope for future growth and success, but it may feel more like frustration and setbacks where things don't quite work yet. You must cultivate the situation and yourself in small ways, caring for the details, developing your readiness and fitness conscientiously. What small things can I work on today? How can I cultivate a better terrain? That's exactly it. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Creating this harmony, ending this conflict with this arguing, choosing the right people for you, you know, and the energies for you. Let's see the masculine and feminine energies for you to think about and to forgive yourself for. The feminine energy says, I forgive myself for putting my own desires on hold in order to pursue those which belong to people who are important to me. And again, this is probably the analyze the creativeness of philanthropy. That's very much echoing to that energy here. I choose to believe that when I advocate for my own desires, I gain access to a deeper love to be explored and shared. Yep. And that's exactly what we talked about. Once it's open, it's easier to share when we talked about that invitation, right? Masculine energy. I forgive myself for thinking I need to be ready before I may begin creating the life I truly desire. I choose to believe that the most suitable conditions for what I want will begin to arrive the moment I take inspired actions towards my vision. And that's what you are doing, my love. You are taking inspired action. If you are not, well, Spirit's telling you do it. And this is the help that they gave you here, why this is unfolding for you. It's all here. It's lovely. Okay, my beauties. Let me see if there's anything else before we get into your final closing messages. So when it comes to your general worry about creating your ideas effectively and leading effectively, what's been causing this for you, how you've been high energy responding back, creating better boundaries, understanding what works for you, creating better alliances, communicating more clearly with yourself and others. Yeah, it's all here for you, my love. Okay, closing messages. Help on the way. Support from Spirit. It says, what's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when. Be happy now. You will soon be surprised and grateful for how everything happened the way it did for you to receive better and greater. It's all adding up in your favor. Trust the process and how things are unfolding for you. And last one, in relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is constancy. Every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you are giving them permission to hurt you again. You deserve better. And that's, again, right over that invitation, right? Seeking oneness with all there is. Oh, my beautiful collective. That, when it comes to the worry in a general sense, again, in any area of your life, but it feels a little heavy when it comes to communication, leadership, boundaries, can be very work dynamic or just group dynamic in general. My lovely, I hope that was helpful. Please leave a like if it was. Subscribe, that would be amazing. I'd love that. Sending you so much love. Sorry for the extra noise. Welcome, my beautiful group 3, who chose the finances, money, career, etc. Let's lay out your cards. Okay, my beautiful collective of Pile 3. We are starting with the Karma cards, and they have a blue and a red side. The blue side is for the emotional, the red side is for the action, and we're going to read the energies respectively in the same way. They're supposed to be read in a sentence. There's a spiritual, mental, and a physical. I'm using the Astro Codes deck here, and only a specific set of cards. The Astro Codes cards, I'm using like the qualities, lunar aspects, solar aspects, cardinal points, etc. Then we have the Mystic Martians deck. This energy over here is going to be how the energies are actually playing out in your life, and this one is going to be how you're responding to those energies. Some guidance from your angels, a masculine and a feminine and a masculine energy to think about moving forward, and then we'll get into the rest of your cards. Okay, beauties, we have Pluto. In Libra, in the 8th house, interesting. Okay, so it says the need for control of cooperation to perfect personal power. So on that spiritual level, the need for control of cooperation to perfect personal power. On the mental, an obsession with decisions about the mysteries of life. And on the physical, a power struggle resulting from the fairness shown by a major change. So what I'm getting when it comes to your worry, my collective of Pile 3, I feel like it's sort of trying to find the people who are going to help you succeed. That's what the heaviest energy feels like to me. It's especially that first line of the need for control, the need for control of cooperation to perfect personal power. So that personal power in particular, and that need for that cooperation, that group mentality, or that support system, in other words. And then the obsession with the decisions about what to do about this. How do I go about this? How do I gain more abundance in my life in however way you're using abundance, yes? And then the power struggle resulting from the fairness shown by a major change. Two things. Did you step into power recently and getting people to, have your back and show loyalty? Is that it? Is that the struggle? It does feel like that. It feels somewhat like a promotion or a position given to you, either that you worked for or literally just given to you. And those are two power dynamics, right? If it's given to you, your peers may not feel that you are deserving of it or didn't put in the time. If you worked for it and earned it, you might just be younger than most, or I don't know, some sort of obvious way to discriminate, There's something about that energy where it feels like you're really trying to bring everybody in on the same page and with the same goal. And also the obsession with decisions about the mysteries of life, which this being about money, career, finances, however you want to choose it. Again, how do I find more? It's about gaining abundance. That is what the worry is. How do I gain abundance? That's what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see the action. It says, resurrect relationships as a life or death issue. So on that spiritual level of you thinking like this is the goal, this is what I need to do, is try to revive these type of relationships or dynamics, or to get people on board. And then get to the heart of the beauty of getting and using power. Yeah, get to the heart of where that beauty lies, like the responsibility you have for one, and also the possibility for the change you can create. Do or die you must. Do it with your partner or partners, and use other people's resources. Again, this is all about cooperation, collective energies moving in the same direction. Again, there's multiple energies, but I'm really getting a leveled up for my viewer in particular, if it comes to specifically a work dynamic. When it comes to money or just financial flow in your life, it's that an obsession with the decision about the mysteries of life, a power struggle resulting from the fairness shown by a major change. What is this major change, and do you view it as fair? Maybe they don't view it as fair, maybe you don't view it as fair. Regardless, the action you need to do is do or die you must. Do it with your partner or partners, and use other people's resources. You need to find a way to bring the like minds together, or of this sort of community or energy on the same vibe. Alright, let's see what the astral codes have to add to this. ᴘᴜᴜᴜᴜ, which is the root. Midheaven, pinnacle. And transits, climate, that's fitting. There's a heavy Scorpio influence here, so that might be significant for some. So when it comes to, getting to the heart of the beauty of getting and using power, and that's that root, right? Where is this and also your root chakra when it comes to your stability, and where you learned how to support, so to speak, yourself, or how to go about finding that support on your own. So getting to the heart of the matter of what might be the issue within this group or collective energies, or within your own personal projections. So they really want you to find what the root cause is of what either the disconnect is and why we can't come to some sort of cooperation. And the pinnacle here about balancing, right? About cooperation to perfect the need for control of cooperation to perfect your personal power. And that's that pinnacle. It's like getting to the peak, like again, the climax or the apex of what it is that is creating this dis-ease among this energy. And hence the transits, right? Things moving in transition, coming in and going out of your life. That might be people leaving, might be people coming in. Again, changing positions. This is not permanent. It's a temporary phase in this particular energy. Find ways for you to allow yourself to go with the flow of what is happening, and be observant and very acutely listening. If this also has to do about like joint finances or combined money in some way, it does feel like a conversation is needed, or some sort of truce, in other words, to get moving forward instead of feeling stagnant in this energy. It's a lot of poor me energy I'm getting, not from my viewer, from your external energy. Okay, let's see how this is playing out. Syrians B, yeah, responsibilities, lessons, and growing up. So when it comes to these when it comes to these energies that are playing out, or how they're playing out, it's that sink or swim energy is what you're feeling naturally, absolutely. Having to face the facts, whether it be the, accepting what's actually going on, like they said, going with the flow and allow this transition to happen. A sense of obviously growing up, responsibilities. They might be preoccupied with just creating distraction, in other words. You're wanting integration and it's not happening. You're learning lessons naturally. And maybe you were a trainee or an apprentice or a novice of some kind, or that's how you're being perceived. You know, that's sort of the energy that's coming off of the Sirian's bee. And there's a heavy emphasis on technology with this particular card and advancing it somehow. So again, take that if that resonates. How are you responding to these energies? Nice. Tao sentience. Resilient, bold, and sassy. Get it, pal 3. You better respond that way. So the Tao sentience, they're combative, they're bold, they're resilient, of course, outspoken, and they speak the truth. And this is how you're responding, you know, with intensity also. There's a lot of conviction, very blunt, candid, sassy, assertive, all of those things. So your response to that, I think, is brilliant. You know, you're like, I'm not going to make you feel, I'm not going to make me feel like I'm not worthy of this position or this job, or that I am not capable or skilled enough to be able to handle this particular responsibility. And interestingly enough, one of their main missions is raising awareness of covert mind control techniques. You know, so it's like, if the group think was incorrect or toxic for that matter, and you're now a fresh energy coming in to literally revive everything, that's unsettling for everybody around. Guaranteed they're going to make that ish real difficult for you. If that energy resonates, you know? And even if that's just like, if we're talking about just money, like specifically just revenue, it's the same idea. It's like you're coming up against resistance or immaturity in some way, and you're like spitting facts and still coming up against resistance. And that's why this transition phase is really important for you when it comes to like allowing yourself to go with the flow. Obviously easier said than done, especially when it's energies like this, when you're like, these people are freaking dodo birds. So it's like the wild cards are at play here. You are not in control of who or what now bruises your life, and it can be a little bit scary. Like, I don't know how to move forward. Like we said, this worry about how do I bring this together. It's, even though it's like this sort of ever-moving circus, you don't have to feel the need to control people either transiting in and out of your life. Know that you are in complete control of your response to this transition. So choose wisely how you respond. And I, again, feeling like that sassy energy is sort of needed, because I think you sort of have to like stand your ground in a sense, like not back down and not show quote-unquote weakness in that particular atmosphere. Let's see what the angels have to add to this. Compromise. No-ish. No shit. That is exactly what you're wanting. Maybe you need to do a little bit more compromise, or find, again, what we're talking about, right? Finding a new way to get this everybody on the same page, or as the people who need to stay or that are going to stay for the benefit of whatever this is about, and or compromise how you're using money, how you look at money, how you balance your books or your debts. And then, yeah, just straight up yes. You know, compromise, yes, compromise. That's it. It's all just compromise. That's what it is. You just got to find that balance. Hence, again, there's 2 Libra type of energy. She's got scales, and then the Libra energy of your planets. Interesting. Okay, let's see how to use this energy. How do you do this? Like, how do you bring this together? How can you bring this together? What can you think about for that energy? Our first one out is how fitting. Gathering, number 45. That's perfect. Creating success. With the king's presence, there is a temple. Fruitful to see great people creating success. Constancy bears fruit. Using great sacrificial animals. Good fortune. Fruitful to have a good direction to go. Anyways, here we go. This may mean an external gathering, investing with others in a common purpose, or an internal one. You are integrating your many roles and strengths. Explore shared roots, perhaps seeing people for guidance to align your efforts with your purpose, and understand mundane daily activities as a part of a larger story. What is asked of you, and what are you investing in? That gathering is heavy. It is about that compromise, bringing people together. Same. Stilling, number 52. You're back, not grasping yourself, moving in your rooms, not seeing your people, not a mistake. Hold yourself still, as in meditation. Don't seek to grasp yourself by hunting down your every thought. You do not need to resonate with anyone. Even if you feel as though you ought to be sensitive to their presence and needs, it is no mistake to exclude all these things and be quiet within yourself. What if there were nothing you had to do now? What if there were nowhere else you had to be? Maybe there's a sense of, again, observing that when I talked about that, and that compromise might be more so within yourself, of maybe but trying a different way. Instead of being that sassy bold, it's sort of to be a little bit more pulled back in the energy, not when it comes to its presence, mind you, but in its delivery or in actual verbal communication. That's interesting. And then the army. Talk about gathering, needing people, right? With constancy, mature people, good fortune, no mistake. Just because something isn't the goal doesn't make it the enemy. Balance the focused and intense drive to get it done with a measured, disciplined approach. This will allow you to achieve your objective effectively and with less collateral damage. Good fortune without mistake. What are you aiming for? How can you get more for your strengths? With all your efforts, are you creating the life you want? So, beautiful advice for you, and absolutely fitting for these energies of what might be worrying you when it comes to your finances, money, or career. So really think about those things, like what is asked of you, what are you actually investing in? What if nothing was needed of you right now? What if there was nowhere else for you to be, to do? Can you observe and sit again in this transition period? With all your efforts, are you creating the life that you desire? And if that's the case, I feel like you are, like you're trying to shift something is what I get. And how can you get more from your strengths? What are you aiming for? What's the main objective here? That might be where the compromise needs to come. Interesting. Let's see your beautiful divine masculine and feminine energies to think about as you move forward in these energies and tackle this. You can pause if you need. I forgive myself for worrying. I might disappoint others in being true to myself. Oh yeah, man. That is for sure. I choose to believe that by being loyal to myself, I encourage others to free themselves by shedding attachments to preconceived expectations. Yes, preconceived expectations. Yeah, it's a paradigm shift in this environment, this unit of, or this section of your life. Definitely is. The masculine energy, again, you can pause if you need. I forgive myself for thinking I need to be right and making others wrong in the process. Where do they say something about the enemy? Just because something isn't the goal doesn't make it an enemy. Doesn't make it the enemy. Balance the focused and intense drive to get it done. That's what that's reminding me of. I choose to believe that what is right for me may not be what's right for another, as well as we all differ in the essential exploration and expression of the self. So again, back to the compromise. Finding a way that's going to work better for more of the people that are involved in this energy, or more of the dynamics that are involved in this energy. Okay, amazing. Your final messages, closing it off. It's like a supportive hug from your guides, spirit guides, your higher self, and to keep in mind as you move forward. We have, if you don't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you are to receive what you're asking for now. Interesting. What is asked of you? Understand mundane daily activities as a part of the larger story. Interesting. Then we have, in your journey, there will be times where you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. These are times of transition, absolutely. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transiting to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Absolutely. And then you have, your time is coming. Everything is coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy vision for yourself with successful outcomes, and don't allow your fears or insecurities to stand in your way. That is it, my beautiful pile 3. That's exactly it. Do not let those insecurities stand in your way. Find a way to compromise within yourself and within these dynamics. You will get to this conclusion or solution for better, for more growth. I love that. And growth in any way, of course, growth with money or abundance in general, or just growth in your life. Oh, amazing. I'm sending you the most amount of love. Please let me know if this was helpful. Leave a like, subscribe. That would be amazing. Until the next time, keep watering your lives, beauties. Ciao.